I manifested several times that I must quit all the medicine, whatever I am taking. So BP tablet, I have cut half. My blood pressure, normally 135 has come down to 115, like that. My heartbeat has come down. It's something amazing. So this is a big advantage for meditation.
I started meditation and very quickly it became something much bigger and much more beautiful. Before I even realized, I started enjoying it. And then I was attending my father's manifestation workshop. And in the middle of one of the sessions, just very randomly in my meditation, I get this thought that says, look at that website of that course once again. And I was thinking that I know the deadline is passed. In July only the deadline is over. So why did that come up? But I still opened it. And it says that they've extended the deadline by 1 month. So I have time. Within 2 days, everything, we finished it. We submitted the application. And from then on, literally everything happened so magically.
So I think Chandra sir did a one-day workshop that time on abundance creation. So the evening I went to my home and then wrote in the paper so what kind of company I would like to go in. So I wrote the amount of salary and then how far it will be from the place where I'm staying, what will be the work environment, the team, everything. So we worked for a month and then by the end of January I got around 3 to 4 offers and I choose the one which is closer to the one which I wrote on the paper.
Happy morning, dear masters and friends. A great afternoon and evening. We are at the end of the manifestation week, are understanding the manifestation science. Hope many of you are able to be part of the Patriji session yesterday. If there's one thing that I could take out from manifestation, your emotions are okay. They're perfectly all right. So we don't have to be guilty. We don't have to be frustrated because I keep letting out anger. And so by doing so, when we express, particularly when we're meditating, when we express, we overcome them sooner than later. There are several times we are withdrawing from it because we are releasing emotions and then we don't like, and then people around us keep judging. So we withdraw from it. But in meditation, any of these, they need to be expressed, they need to be pulled out. Those which can be just deep inside, if the memories of it are then erased, then anyway the corresponding emotion is not coming out. But those that we have to experience are always pulled out. Expressing, and then he also said, give verbal, express it verbally also by talking about it. So people know more what you're trying to say. There's a body emotion, then there is an expression around it. So slowly the expression will stay, the emotion will it will not last anymore once we express it. But we don't have to be feel frustrated. We don't have to feel guilty because we shouted at somebody and we keep shouting, so there becomes a guilt consciousness. Normal emotion is one thing. Having these core limiting emotions, having a judgment about what we are, and then limit ourselves is the other. So the limiting emotions, we work on ourselves to take them out slowly. And one of them is not having control of emotion, and so we make many judgments about ourselves. Particularly guilt, because we are expressing on our children, our spouses, our family members, shout at them or this and that, then afterwards we feel guilty that how can I be so useless that I constantly always just let out, release on them. That brings us to the final part of this manifestation science is surrender and accept and express gratitude. We are in meditation, we become single point minded. We are exploring this emptiness. We're paying our attention onto this emptiness, this energy, then less on body, more on less on matter, more on energy. That is step 2. These are the two things that are helping us change our state of being. One is making us focused. Meditation by default is helping us change our state of being anyway in all aspects, but stays us focused. And the second one is helping us become efficient and then put our attention where it is rightfully required, on the energy, and then being in the empty states for as long. And third one, then that's the default creation. Then we are setting goals, visualizing, dreaming, imagining every day, and reprogramming our beliefs, identifying the core limiting beliefs and reprogramming those beliefs. Then we start, as we are continuing with our process, whatever is coming, surrender and acceptance. Accept whatever is coming in the way right now. Recognizing that what I'm experiencing right now is a result of yesterday. Recognizing that what I'm experiencing is a step in the direction of my full manifestation. Because many times we do not understand the larger plan, or we don't understand every event that's happening in our life, right? All we know is that after a few months or few years, we say that is the best event that's happened in my life. If we have any of those, then keep taking that as inspiration to accept that whatever is happening right now is for the good. It is in the direction of my creation. A lot of times we go with a plan to a mentor or a guide at workplace, and then the mentor will change. Mentor will say, okay, but you do this way. We may not understand, but if we have that surrender to the mentor, if we recognize that somebody is more knowledgeable, intelligent, when we have the surrenderness to them, then we readily take it. We really are ready to change course. We may not understand now, but we will understand later. Many manifestations times. You want your husband to be not traveling, or you by yourself want to be in a job where you don't want to travel too much. as an executive who done so much travel. So you're seeking a change, you're visualizing a role or position. You want to limit your travel. But then you might be asked to go and then start this project which required more travel than today. Manifesting, you're visualizing, you're dreaming, you're doing your meditations every day. And then 2 months from then, suddenly the request comes and says, you know what, we're this greatest client. Let's start, I want you to go and then start activity with this client. It might require a lot more travel. It is completely opposite to what you're imagining and dreaming. Because we do not understand all possibilities that can come after this project maybe is a little successful. It requires so much activity that because you're still in sales, you see, if you're a salesperson traveling, and then you still have to sell. And if you just sit down in one place, you need to have a large enough opportunity that you can sit down in that place and then sell. So then after a few months, when you make sufficient progress, that activity is so much, your boss will tell you relocate to that place and sit there. Time and place are not ours in manifestation. You want experience, then experience will be there. Experience of staying in a single place and then spending more quality time if you feel, if you think is with family or take care of a few personal things and many of them. So initially it might appear that it is going against, it can, based on what you're receiving. When the synchronicities come, when the request comes to say, hey, you start off this project, if you're not surrendering, then we resist and say, oh my God, so I want to less travel now. This thing is going to make me more travel. We resist, we drop that opportunity. And that's where we go away from our, so okay, fine. The intelligence is giving more opportunities. Okay, fine. If you lose the best opportunity, the next best is always there. Keep getting it. It's now partial. The intelligence is now partial. You always get more and more opportunities. But you miss one, so it's just going to delay for some more time. Now you need to set up again the whole environment in a way where it's going to fulfill all over your various experience that you're seeking. So acceptance that whatever is coming today is a result of my past, number one, and is a result of my manifestation that I do not understand, and it can be a step in the direction. And so I take that and then fully embrace it. No reasoning, no logic, fully embrace it. And surrender, when you have surrenderedness, now who do you surrender? Surrender your own self, your own intelligence. When we surrender to our own consciousness, that awareness that is giving us this information, the synchronicities, possibilities, then we surrender to that. And then we develop that greater acceptance that, okay, what is surrender means that there is something that's not more intelligent, which is taking care of my body so beautifully well. So I know that there's got to be some other internal force, which is that consciousness. You're not surrendering to Rama or Krishna or some form thinking this way, that way. Surrender to your inner self. That inner self, which is guiding constantly, and say, having that understanding that what I am experiencing now, what is coming in my way, what is being thrown at me, and more so if it is in a way that you least expect and imagine, and more so if that is being satisfied, If that condition is being met, least expect and imagine. If that's coming at it, then that's even more so, because a lot of times what we expect comes, then it is fine. We're easy to accept it. What we don't expect is coming, then we resist. So having this greater understanding, this intelligence that's powering, that consciousness of me that's powering my body, my whole life, along with me, is intelligent enough to give me enough synchronicities for possibilities that will take them and run. And so if we have that understanding, dear friends, and when we are practicing manifestation, visualizations, with the dreams of the future, then we'll sure reach. Sometimes we want to get better, visualizing, but the health seems to go a little downward. It seems to go downward. It may have nothing to do with your manifestation there. It seems to go downward. Recognize that we have vented enough frustration, enough of feeling about our ill health earlier, preceding to the months that we started. And so all of that is continuing anyway into its manifestation. Now only we're actually start arresting that with injecting counter signatures to it in the field. So it takes time. So it can be down. It can go down for a possibility that because if you are a person who is doing constantly too much active, but you need rest, physical rest, before your body can repair, but you're not listening, paying attention, so it can go down so that you're forced back to just stay back and then take rest. You're manifesting, but it goes down. And then it only means that it potentially requiring you to stay indoors or to stay somewhere, contemplate, take rest, and so that body has a better opportunity to repair. It could be that. We need to have a surrender to accept whatever is coming. Having that process and understanding that the greater intelligence of me is enough, is always taking care of me. Why should it take care? With an understanding that I'm here for experience in my life, and the intelligence is here to experience its life, which is experience more. So it needs to set up, each of us, prepare a vehicle very well. You will experience more only you're happy. So it needs to constantly work towards you making us happy. So constantly send opportunities. Because at the end of the day, it's about experiencing. It's not withdrawing. Because I don't like, because my health is not good, because something coming at me, asking me to interact with a set of people I don't like, then we withdraw. That is a wasteful life. When we withdraw, 10 years pass, 20 years pass after life, then I say, what have I done? Look back, nothing is there. Nothing meaningful is there. Many things are maybe there. For many people, nothing is there. For many people, many things are there, but they're not meaningful anymore. They don't even remember what they've done. Life passed. An executive in Singapore, when I was interviewing at Cenovi time, he was interviewing for head of Asia. And so that time he was talking about, he was from Philippines, but settled in Singapore, worked there for 20, 25 years. Asians, including Indians, work really hard. They really work hard. And so he was telling me, Chandra, yes, it's a head of Asia position, mostly sales oriented. So you got to travel. There are many countries there. You got to travel. He said, Chandra, so I will take it, but I want to be based on my home, Philippines. I want to be there, and then I want to be. I cannot do too much travel. 20 years have passed in Singapore. I've earned money, but I just suddenly realized last month when the daughter is going away from my home in another 6 months. She has finished already graduation. She's going for higher studies. She's just gone. I only realized that I've not spent any time doing my personal things. My life has already come this far. and I take one more, and then I just continue to be that way. He's realized after 20 years that now he's looking back and said, what has he done? He's not done many things that he wanted to do. We wake up early. Enormous amount of wealth we accumulate. And many times we don't even realize that it is while going, we're going totally barefoot, bare body. Nobody is bothered. A father with 3 children, he's worked very hard his whole life. And he fell ill towards, as he became older, fell ill. In another 10 minutes, he's going to vacate the body. So people sort of concluded that he's so weak. And so immediately the children and the people put the body and they put him outside the home. Beliefs are there, what to do. If he vacates the body inside the home, then the soul, the spirit is running around in the body. So they want him to do outside. So it is there, that this belief is there. Until the body is cremated, in case he's not even died, he still has some breath, but then he's going to go off anytime. They concluded. In the verandas, in the corridors outside, right? It is common. Those come from villages, this belief is there. So it's placed outside there. Whole life is worked, and then whole life he creates so much wealth for everybody. When it comes to that moment, people pull them outside. That's it. That night is being there. If he's going to stay for longer, he's outside. There itself, the relationship is known what we are with respect to what we're amassing. Now he called his children. He said, first one, okay, you are here, the eldest one. Where is the little one, youngest one? He came. Then where is the middle one? Oh, okay, I'm here, Dad. And so he also came running.